Hey guys, my name's Phil, I'm a personal trainer. Over the last few years I've trained a lot of marathon runners with their preparations for the marathon. I've now put together a few clips that you might find useful for your training, so please check them out, enjoy them, and hopefully it will help answer some of the questions you may have. The first thing you need to do is buy decent footwear. Go to a proper running shop that can analyse your running stride by using a pressure pad or video equipment. They can then recommend the correct footwear for you. This will mean your feet will be fully supported and in the correct alignment whilst you're running, which will help prevent against any injury. It is also important that you buy the right clothing. You'll be running for hundreds of miles during your training, so you need to ensure that you're comfortable. Decent socks to help against blisters are highly recommended. I find double-layered socks work really well. Also get well-fitted clothing that will help prevent any chafing. You need to start your training very slowly and gradually. The demands and stresses that the marathon puts on your body are huge, and you need to let your body, your muscles and your joints adapt to the stresses that you put upon it. Many people start their training too hard and get overuse injuries such as shin splints, plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis and other horrible injuries. So you need to give the marathon the respect it deserves, train slowly and build up gradually. Get yourself a training plan. Whether you're a beginner or experienced athlete, a training plan will help keep you organised and on track. There are loads of training plans available, but do use them as a guide, as no training plan will be perfect for you. The right training plan depends on what your personal goals are. For some of you, it will be to break 4 hours. Others of you will want to beat a colleague from work. Some of you will just want to finish. It doesn't matter what your goals are, the right training plan will help you stay organised. If you're aspiring to run under a certain time or to push yourself, you will need to do other forms of training, such as speed work, hill work, interval work, different forms of training that will help push your aerobic and anaerobic thresholds. In terms of how much training to do, as long as you're getting in 3 or 4 runs per week with a long run at the weekend, over a period of 4 to 6 months, that's plenty sufficient time to prepare for a marathon. It's also a good idea to incorporate other forms of training into your preparations. If you have access to a gym, then using a cross trainer, a rower, an exercise bike is a great way to give your body a rest from running, but still working your cardiorespiratory systems, your heart and your lungs. I'd also recommend that you do some core strength work. By having a strong core, it will stabilise your pelvis while you run, make you a lot more efficient while you're running, and help prevent against any injury. The last 3 or 4 weeks before your marathon is known as your tapering period. Basically, that's where you reduce the intensity and duration of your training runs to allow your body to be in the best possible shape before race day. Your tapering period should really begin just after you've done your longest run. That should be no more than 18 to 20 miles, 22 miles, absolute maximum. The reason for this is the longer you run, the increases the chance you're going to get injured. So 18 to 20 miles, 3 or 4 weeks before marathon day is plenty sufficient. If you have picked up an injury, then please don't run for 2 reasons. Firstly, you're likely to damage that area even more. And secondly, you might even damage another muscle or joint for having to compensate for the initial injury. So if you do pick up something, then please make sure you rest.